What's going on, guys? In this video we're going to look at my long-term trajectory for Ethereum. We're going to look at where the price is heading most likely over the next few years, when the next bull market peak will be, at what price, and of course when we're expected to get there. We're going to basically be looking at my curved trajectory lines to see how we're supported at the moment, where the resistance is, and what we can expect off Ethereum going basically through over the next few years. This price trajectory, it's kind of a combination of prediction and trajectory, is going to take us all the way to at least 2025. We may even go a bit further to 2027. Guys, there will be chapters in the timeline down below, so you feel free to rewatch something or skip ahead to a section you may find more relevant, but I do suggest to watch it all the way through to get the best understanding and perspective of what we talk about here. Thanks for your support by watching the video. Please smash the like button as well. That's really going to help this video do well, especially if you share it, and make sure you're subscribed for all future videos. So we're kicking things off on this Ethereum weekly chart. Each one of these candles, whether it be green or red, represents 1 week of Ethereum's traded price action. It goes back since when Ethereum pretty much started, 2015, August 2015. So we're going to use the history to get not an exact prediction of where we're going, but a very accurate trajectory. And this is what these curved lines are all about and where they come into it. So what you can basically see is that we have a support line, which we've touched 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So it was touched at the start, 2015, then going into the end of 2015, then again at the bottom of the bear market in 2016 going 2017, and then it was most recently touched in March 2020 when we had that pandemic crash, you could call it. But at time of recording, it's the 28th of June 2022, and the price of Ethereum is currently trading just under $1,200 from the previous bull market top where we peaked out in November 2021. We have had a correction so far at 76%. It has been as low as 82%. So first of all, I'll just make it clear my own prediction of the current bear market situation we're in. I still believe we have quite a bit of downward price action before we can start making gains. I talk about this in a number of my more midterm Ethereum price action videos, and of course if you want to find out what's going on more on a day-to-day, week-by-week basis, make sure you're subscribed, turn the bell on so you can keep up with that. But what we're currently seeing in the Ethereum price is a sell-off. We have a macro environment that's not good for risk assets. S&P 500's down, Bitcoin's down, and by the way, I did make pretty much the exact same video for this also for Bitcoin. So if you want to watch that, I'll put the link in the video description down below, and there'll be a video that pops up at the end so you can check out my Bitcoin one as well. But for Ethereum, what we're basically seeing here with the price just under $1,200, the reason why I still believe there's downward price movement are a few reasons. Okay, so first of all, we have obviously our support line, and in this bear market it hasn't come down to touch it quite yet. The second thing we can look at here is the percentage drops from previous bull market tops to bottoms. So the first one, where in August 2015 we had a correction in terms of a percentage, it was about 86%, and you may not even call that a full cycle. What you may actually call the first full cycle for Ethereum was where the market topped out in January 2018. So the percentage, the decrease in percent from the top to the bottom, and it, by the way, to get there, it took 2 years from the top to the bottom. It was a 93.5% correction. In fact, I could probably do it even a bit more accurate. I think it was more like 95, 96%. Let's call it 94%. It was about 94% from the top to the bottom. In this correction, where we are at the moment, like I showed you, we have had as much as 80%. We're currently down 75%. But if we come down even close to 93%, it does actually take you pretty much, well, at 89, 90%, it takes you to the bottom support line, this blue line, in our overall long-term price trajectory. We're calling it our prediction slash trajectory. So I still think there's some downward movement. You can see also that we also have the 200-week moving average, which we've kind of come into now. In previous bear markets, we have broken it, and at the moment we have sort of kind of broken it a bit, and now we're kind of trading right on it. So we're watching that very, very closely, but I predict that we are going to break to the downside of that, and ultimately we are going to reach much lower Ethereum prices. Now, I've shown you these two blue master lines for the price trajectory, but I want to also bring in these lines as well, because within our overall master lines here, we do have a couple of kind of middle lines you can consider. So one is this first one, and I'll just show you how they look by zooming in, so you can see exactly basically how they touch wicks and how they're very accurate, and how they act as support, for example, here and here and here, and how they've also acted as resistance. Support, again, going in the most recent bull cycle, they were acting as support here, but that line has been broken. And when it breaks to the downside, in terms of a percentage, in the last time that happened, you had a move to the downside of about 50%. So far, we are down about 56%. So we do definitely have support at this level. I mean, you can see it on the VRVP as well, where you have the traded volume. If I zoom in a little bit, you can't see it because it says ETHUSD in the way, but it's a small figure. But where our blue master line is, that's where you have the traded volume. So I am predicting we do come down somewhere in the region of around $375 to $450. That is my midterm price prediction. To get an idea of when that may happen, well, we can do that. The way that we can do that is by looking at the previous bear markets and seeing how long it was from the top to the bottom. So from the January 2018 top to the bottom, it lasted approximately 800 days. So from the top, if you go 800 days, it takes you somewhere in the region of around February or March 2024. So about 18 months from now, from time of recording. So we still could be in a bear market till at least spring of 2024, and that's where we may bottom out. Now, let's get a bit more interesting with this video. Let's look at actually the bullish scenarios when we can expect the Ethereum price to reach its next peak, and what price that's likely to be, how high we can actually go. But first, guys, very quick mention from today's video sponsor. Big thank you to Bybit. It's the platform that I predominantly trade on. They are by far the most transparent, easy to use trading platform. Also fantastic security and customer service. You can trade all different types of pairs, not only the most popular ones like Bitcoin, Ethereum, ApeCoin and StepN coin like GMT. You also have a whole array of different altcoins you can trade as well. They are one of the most trusted platforms. They have the best in-class crypto derivatives exchange where you can actually trade Ethereum up to 100x leverage amongst many other cryptocurrencies as well. With my link in the video description down below, guys, there is a $4,100 sign-up bonus when you make a deposit. Plus, using this link, you will get lifetime 30% off your trading fees. You simply click that link. It takes 20 seconds to sign up. And if you have any restrictions in terms of where you are, if you're in the States or Canada, there are links in the video description down below for NordVPN as well, where you can trade with a VPN and trade from anywhere in the world. So thanks to Bybit for sponsoring this video. If you have any questions about them, please leave them in the comments below. And I have also a Bybit trading tutorial as well. I'll leave that in the video description as well. Back to the video. Right, guys, for the bullish scenario here for the Ethereum price, my long-term trajectory, what we're basically looking at here is what's happened previously to get an idea of what's going to happen next. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, not an exact science, but it's worked previously with previous cycles to predict the next leg up, the next price prediction. So let's take a look together. So in the first low to the high, we could say the first real bear market was sort of 2016 for Ethereum. We went on the 5th of December 2016 as the low to the high, which was created January 2018, we went up in terms of percentage terms about 24,000%. Not a bad trade if anybody was in that. Most, I mean, probably 99.9% of people weren't. Some people caught parts of it, but to be in it the whole way, I mean, it's almost impossible. Human psychology, fear and greed. But anyway, so the next one, the next bear market bottomed out March 2020. So we went from a 24% low to high to a percentage increase of 5,250%. So you could say approximately around 22-25% of that, if you see what I mean. So you could say about 1/5 of the way. So previously it was about 24,000, 25,000. Now it was 5,000. So about 1/5 in terms of gains. So 1/5, if you like, or up to about 25% of 5,600 is approximately 1,250, 1,300. So we're basing it somewhere around there. We'll take a middle number. We'll call it 1,300%. But where do we measure that 1,300% from? So the way that you may want to consider doing this, again, this is my own experience, my own kind of TA, doesn't necessarily mean it's 100% correct, but the way I would like to do this is by looking at the lows. So we've got our low in August 2015 to the next low. It was 3,800, let's call it 4,000%. From that low to the next low, from 4,000% we went to 1,400%. So approximately as a percentage, 1,400 4,000, it's approximately a third, you could say. So basically a third of 4,500, you'd be looking at around 1,500% increase. Sorry, around 500% increase. I don't know where I'm going with that. Takes you to approximately $567. So from $567, we can go up in terms of a percentage. If you remember, the last one was from low to high was 5,270. So we take 1/5 of that, approximately 1,300, and that 1,300 is from about $540. So 1,500% increase. Well, it's going to take you somewhere around the top of this resistance band, which takes you to about $10,000, $9,000 to $10,000. However, that is on the basis of what I've just shown, and it doesn't actually include one of the biggest bullish technical targets that we have in the chart right now, which I'm going to show you now. And I'm more in the camp of this. I do believe Ethereum will be worth more than $10,000 on the next bull cycle top. So let me show you this pattern, and then I'm going to show you exactly when I anticipate we can reach it by. So if we use just a simple brush tool, if I can find that, it will be somewhere. So here it is, the brush tool. So basically what we have here is a clear defined textbook cup and handle pattern. So you have a big cup and handle pattern like that. We've broken to the downside. We could still come down to about $400 for this to be valid, even potentially $350. It would be better if it was supported around now, but I don't think it will get supported around now. So you basically want to use the measurement of the cup and you take it to the breakout point, and approximately speaking, you get a price target here that takes you up to about $123,000. Which is obviously a huge move. And this is where the flippening comes into effect. This is where many, including myself, believe Ethereum can actually overtake Bitcoin. And I think it will do that in the next bull cycle. So I also said before, when I anticipate this to happen, well, in order to work that out, if we're anticipating somewhere in the region of, let's call it $120,000, and we know that it takes approximately 4 years for a cycle in terms of highs, so 2018 high, then we had the 2022 high, although with Ethereum it was a bit lower. We can base it on about, for Ethereum, it's about 3.5 years. So from this high, basically what you want to do is look for approximately 900 days, and it takes you to about May 2024. So spring, summer 2024, my prediction for Ethereum is about $120,000 US dollars. And let me know in the comments if you think that is outlandish or crazy. Obviously, when the Ethereum price was trading down somewhere around like 18 cents, no one would have ever thought that it could go up crazy amounts, like 90,000%, I think it did. But obviously now we have the whole Ethereum 2.0, the merge coming out. We have the adoption of cryptocurrencies in the next bull cycle. I'm pretty confident to say that we're going to have more institutional money, spot ETF money in the space, and Ether could play a huge part in the whole blockchain technology, cryptocurrency. Again, guys, I'm not guaranteeing it's going to go to that level. We could still meet our bullish target of 10,000. And from where I anticipate we're going to bottom out at around 400, 500, it's still going to be, you know, beautiful, maybe potentially 2,000% gains. Now is the time to buy. If you look at our relative strength index, you can see the last time we were as low as we are now at around 27% was back in December 2018. But that did mark the start of the bear market. You wouldn't have lost much money. Obviously, you don't lose anything if you don't sell, but you wouldn't have been down on your trade much because it hardly moved. But ultimately, I think we're going to see something like this play out over the next 18 months, something kind of like that perhaps, before we make our next move up to the top. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Once again, do remember to check out the link for bybit down below, where you can trade spot. You can trade, of course, leverage, futures trading. Check out my Bybit for Beginners video to get started. I'm sure you'll find Bybit a great platform to trade on, really easy to use, great security. And of course, you can trade on leverage, which is great, but please do be an experienced trader. So if you're not, please watch my tutorials and learn how to trade before you start trading futures. And of course, link in the video description down below to get your $4,100 deposit bonus using that link. Thanks for joining me, guys. Check out any one of these videos on screen. Like I said before, I have actually the Bitcoin version of what you just watched as well. I think you'll find that equally as interesting. Remember, also, I'm on Twitter at Marzell Money. And if you really did take value, please feel free to share it. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.